Though the country remains a global cocoa producer, the processing capacity has declined sharply. Long before the law of crude oil, cocoa stood tall as Nigeria's economic backbone, driving trade and prosperity from the pre-colonial era to the nation's rise as one of the world's largest exporters. It funded infrastructure, education, and even iconic Cocoa House in Ibadan, the tallest building in tropical Africa at that time. But the oil boom of the 1970s changed everything. Attention shifted and cocoa farmers were abandoned. Production fell and Nigeria slipped behind other African countries. As Nigeria rethinks its dependence on crude oil, a 10-year national cocoa plan was approved to reposition cocoa as a competitive, profitable part of the economy. But what are the modalities to reviving the rebirth of cocoa in Nigeria? This is what Panorama hopes to dissect today from the Ibadan Network Center of the NTA. I am Lanredu. Thanks for joining us. Residents of Port Harcourt continue to await the arrival of Governor Siminalayi Fubara at the Port Harcourt Airport. Let's join Robinson, who is currently at the Port Harcourt Airport for live update.
The situation in River State is getting interesting this morning, and we are at the international airport, the VIP wing, where a lot of stakeholders are already here waiting for the arrival of the governor. The people you see here cannot be compared to the crowd outside. Outside, a very large crowd that have come to receive the governor. Security people are there trying to manage the crowd. In fact, we don't know the number of crowd that will be waiting for the government at the government house. And the most interesting thing is that everybody seems to be happy that civil rule has returned to the state, and that the projects that have been abandoned as a result of the emergency rule before will commence again. We have a stakeholder here, Engineer Kingston, who will be speaking with us. Engineer, please tell us your full name and tell us how you see the atmosphere this morning.
Okay, I'm Engineer Kingston Silvanos, stakeholder in River State. Today we're here at the international airport. The welcome His Excellency, our own Governor of River State, Sir Siminalayi Fubara, Jesus arrest. As Rivers people, we are happy that the emergency has been called off. Yesterday there's something else across Nigeria, saying that Mr. President, relying the constitutional right to call off the state of emergency. So we are happy to welcome the government today.
Are you also happy that it seems peace has finally returned? Because yesterday the state assembly members sat and also made a request that the government can send his nominees and in the application bill. Does this signal permanent peace in the states?
When you say peace is definitive, but for me, what you see today is absolute peace, except we want to pretend about it. We are humans, but I believe that everyone's sons and daughters will realize that they have lost 6 months to somebody who's not from River State. Many people believe that Catholic with our resources and our infrastructure has been stopped. The great developments have been stopped in the state. So we believe that every one of us desire the peace. The market woman, the street hawker, the passenger on the streets, the company of excess in River State, all of them need peace. peace. So for me, I believe that peace has come to stay.
Thank you very much. One major thing that this crowd and excitement we are seeing signal is that the worst form of civilian administration is better than the best form of military administration, which means that not just Rivers people, but Nigerians are not participating from military regime. Rivers people are happy and they are spoken in one word. Peace has returned, peace they must sustain. In Port Harcourt, Robinson, NTA News.
Thank you, Robinson. And moving ahead, the National Assembly Joint Committee on Appropriations has reached an agreement with the National Economic Team towards immediate commencement of implementation of the capital components of the 2025 budget. At a meeting Thursday, which resolved into closed door, both sides also affirmed earlier commitments with regards to withdrawal of circular issued by the federal government on the award of contracts. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
This meeting between the Senate and House of Representatives Joint Committee on Appropriations and the National Economic Team is convened to look at pending issues like the implementation of the capital components of the 2024 budget, which is ongoing, as well as the state of the implementation of the 2025 budget, with particular reference to the capital components. The meeting adopted agreements reached at an earlier interaction between the economic team and the House of Representatives on the award of contracts for projects approved in the 2025 budget, which had been put on hold.
There are resolutions that have been reached with the executive, which include, number one, issuance of the authority to incur expenditure for 30% funding of the 2025 budget. That's one. Number two, that the existing budget of 2024, we have to go all the way to December of 2025.
The 2025 budget implementation will commence as soon as possible, and an AIE will be issued within 7 days after our discussions.
Elsewhere, the Senate Committee on Health, as well as that of FCT area councils, met with executives of the Association of Resident Doctors and appealed that the striking FCT resident doctors should resume work. The lawmakers promised to meet with the FCT minister for a quick resolution of the impasse.
I'm giving you my own commitment now. I want to plead with you now, before my distinguished colleagues. All of this, give us the opportunity to discuss.
Very soon, we'll get back to Nigerians on our position.
From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Of Interior says the days of long waits and passport backlogs are numbered. He gave the assurance while inspecting the Data Personalization Center of the Nigerian Immigration Service, headquarters in Abuja. Victor Azu reports.
At the core of passport production is the Data Personalization Center, where biometric data is processed and security features are stamped in. For Minister Olubunmi Tunjioju, seeing the process up close was necessary to make sure reforms deliver real results.
We now have a system here that will bring an end forever to the era of backlog, because production can be done at record time.
The minister says the new center will cut delays and restore public confidence in Nigeria's passport system. He insists technology and oversight must go together to deliver faster, smarter service to Nigerians at home and abroad.
We're doing about 250, 300 per machine per day. Today, the system that you've seen does about 1,000 per hour. Within 4 or 5 hours of working, NIS can provide solutions to the demand of Nigerians.
With reforms picking up pace, the old bottlenecks of passport application may soon give way to efficiency, transparency, and trust. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Mining and quarry companies licensed by the Nigerian Mining Cadastral Office last year are expected to conclude the Community Development Agreements, CDAS, with host communities on or before December 31st. This year, or their license will be revoked. Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, issued the deadline following the review of the performance of companies of the Community Development Agreements for 6 months. Out of the 74 mineral titles issued in the first 6 months, only 24 Community Development Agreements were signed. The minister advised communities to set up quality teams during negotiations and secure legacy projects and programs to benefit their communities. Nigeria has remained a monolithic economy over the years, with successive governments intensifying efforts to diversify. The Renew Hope agenda of the present administration has taken a step further by creating an enabling environment for diversification. This came to the fore at the Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria, CRIN, mid-year review of Nigeria's cash crop. Kehinde Omolosho reports that the technological advancements were identified as pivotal towards improving agricultural revenue for the country.
Nigeria ranks 4th as the largest cocoa exporter globally, with a production of approximately 300,000 metric tons of cocoa beans annually. The cocoa sector, which is a significant source of foreign exchange, along with other agricultural products for the country, according to research, supports over 300,000 farming families in the country.
Improving crop varieties, farming technologies, and value-added processing techniques while adding value to the production of cocoa can help capture more value from these crops, thereby creating employment opportunities.
When we were younger, we were not talking about oil. Cocoa was one of the agricultural crops that were cash spinners. That was how Nigeria was built.
Developing a wider range of processed products to stakeholders will increase the market opportunities for the country.
Regulations that incentivize not only the farmers, the aged farmers, even bringing the youth closer to make sure that Nigeria continue to play a role in terms of not only developing the cocoa economy, but at the same time making sure that we are also giant in production.
I discovered that oil can be out of coffee, sugar can be out of coffee. There is no wastage in the value, economical value of coffee. Women from the age of 65 and above participate in the area of picking, hand picking. So the job opportunity is beyond just the youth.
Everybody should go into agriculture. People don't know what they are missing. You can produce for you and your family, produce to sell, produce to even export. In fact, that's the only industry in the world that pays, though it's sometimes laborious, risky, but then it's the best industry you can engage in the world.
Improving incentives for the agricultural sector, including tax breaks, subsidies, and investment in research and development, will allow Nigeria to unlock the full potentials of its agricultural sector, thereby improving the livelihoods of its farmers, while creating significant increase in its export earnings from cashew, cocoa, coffee, tea, and cola. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
Talking more about cocoa production in the country, I have with me in the studio Dr. Patrick Adebola, Executive Director, Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria, CRIN. Thanks for joining us on Panorama today, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So what structure bottleneck are currently preventing Nigeria from realizing the full economic potential of cocoa?
Thank you very much. This is a very vibrant sector in our economy. Okay. If you must know, cocoa is the largest foreign exchange earner in terms of commodities for the country. Okay. And there is no reason why that sector should not be paid attention to. Okay. There are a lot of bottlenecks. First, is the issue of discovering oil and abandoning the cocoa sector. We have not been paying adequate attention to that sector, and that is why we are declining in terms of our productivity. Secondly, you see the world is changing, the climate is changing, the rainfall pattern is no longer the same as it used to be in terms of intensity and the spread. That also has a lot of negative effects on the productivity of the cocoa. We have new emerging pests and diseases that are coming up that needs to be paid attention to. Those are some of the challenges that are there. But beyond that, there's a lot of opportunity in the cocoa sector. Now, the sector is now vibrant, and I think is moving in the right direction.
Okay, thank you. How can increasing value chain contribute to foreign exchange earnings and employment in rural areas as regards cocoa?
Thank you very much. You see, cocoa is mainly cultivated by small-scale farmers that owns maybe 2 hectares there, 3 hectares there, 4 hectares there, numbering about 300,000 in the country. And so they are mostly in the rural areas. And that is why if attention is paid to these rural farmers that are cultivating these small hectareages, I think the multiplier effect will be seen not only by the rural community, even by the government, because productivity will lead into more exports, and the gain will come back to the country.
Okay. This leads me to my next question. What can the government do to make youths fall in love with agriculture, most especially as regards to cocoa?
Thank you very much. We need to sensitize the youths. There's money to be made in the farm. There's money to be made in cocoa farming. If you plant a cocoa now, it can, after maturing, in the next 50 years, you can continue to harvest from this.
I'm afraid that's all I'll be able to take for now. We'll now be rejoining Robinson at our Port Harcourt Center for latest.
Yes, the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, has just landed. His aircraft has just landed. A lot of people are here waiting to receive him. As you are aware that Rivers people have started waiting since yesterday to receive the governor. Unfortunately, he didn't arrive yesterday, but this morning he has arrived. That's him that just elected from the aircraft. You could see the echo of people cheering him up because people have been waiting to receive him since yesterday. He has just landed, and at the end of the airport are a lot of crowd waiting to receive him. All of them are saying one thing, that this is their governor. The governor they elected, and they are happy to receive him back. Obviously, from here, he may likely speak with journalists. Then from here, he will go to Government House, and we will update you as the events unfolds. It's a sharing period for the people here. In fact, the security is very tight. Everybody's excited seeing the governor who has just arrived at the Port Harcourt airport and is moving straight to the VIP wing of the airport where some political chieftains are waiting to receive him. It's so difficult that for him to even shake hands with people is becoming an issue because of the crowd. And after now, he will be moving to the main gate where a large crowd is waiting to receive him. The movement is somehow rowdy because of the large crowd of people that came out to welcome him. And we just have to follow up like this so that we'll be able to cover as well. It's moving straight to the VIP lounge. Probably from the VIP lounge, it will be carried by its official vehicle where it will perhaps head straight to the Government House. As things are, it may likely not grant interview, maybe because of the crowd. Maybe it's at the Government House where it will be able to grant interview and speak to Rivers people. So at this point, I would like to hand over to the studio as the governor enters his vehicle and is being carried straight to the Government House. back to the studio. Thank you. I will inform you as things begin to unfold.
Hello. Yes, that's the arrival of Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State. Moving ahead now, and continuation of the discussion segment now, I still have with me Dr. Patrick Adigbola, Executive Director, Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria. Now, my next question to you is, how can government policies and reforms help catalyze a rebirth of cocoa sector?
Thank you very much. The government is doing a lot now. The 10-year National Cocoa Development Plan have just been approved through the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. The plan is there to be implemented. All the segments of the plan are well structured to favor the development of the cocoa sector.
Thank you. And lastly now, to what extent can public-private investment help scale up processing capacity of cocoa in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you very much. The processing capacity is at around 5% for now. Wow. And this is because of several factors, ranging from the issue of power in terms of energy, to the issue of machineries that are very expensive, and also to the issue of getting, a single-digit loan for who will be investors into that sector.
Thank you very much. I've been speaking with Dr. Patrick Adigbola, the Executive Director, Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria, CRIN. Thanks for coming, sir.
Thank you very much.
You are still watching Panorama on the network service of the NTA. Please stand by as you take this break. You're welcome back. Nigerian club sides in continental engagements as CAF League begins. For more on these and other sports story, let's join Olumide Eguntola on Sports Update.
Nigeria's under-20 male national team, the Flying Eagles, continued their training sessions in Chile under the supervision of head coach Aliyu Subaru ahead of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. The team will take on their host, Chile Under-20 side on Saturday as part of tune-up matches. From the continental scene, the 2025-2026 CAF Champions League begins Friday. On Sunday, Nigerian Premier League champions Remo Star will host US Limajo of Comoros in the preliminary CAF Champions League match in Abeokuta as the stadium is thrown wide open to fans. This is the team's fourth consecutive continental campaign. In the Confederations Cup, Nigeria's Kwara United will be the guest of Ashanti Kotoko of Ghana as both countries rekindle old football rivalry. Kwara United will take this opportunity to plant their flag firmly on Africa's football map, while their counterparts will be seeking restoration of fading reputation. The winners will proceed to the second round before the group stage actions. In table tennis, Nigeria is gearing up towards qualifying for the 2026 ITTF World Team Championship in London, with the return of sensational star Taiwo Mati, who will be joining Africa's top-ranked players Quadri Aruna, Olajide Omotayo, Matthew Kuti, and rising star Abdulbasit Abdulfatai as Team Nigeria ahead of the 2025 ITTF African Championship scheduled for Tunis in Tunisia from October 12 to 19. The women's team will feature promising young players including Favor Ojo, Aishat Rabiu, Kabirat Ayola, and Shukurat Ayela Began. Veteran Ajoke Ojomu will lead as team's captain to Tunis. With Sports Update, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
And that's all we have for you on Panorama today, coming to you from Ibadan Network Center of the NTA. Thanks for watching. I am Larry Du. Enjoy the rest of your day.